here I have Lauren.
Hey.
And we are going to talk to you about everything moving to a big city.
Yes.
And how the mistakes we've made, the things we've learned, the struggles, the triumphs, and just everything in between.
The real life tricks of the trade.
Yes. It is not easy moving to a big city. First of all, let's go back. Let's talk about who you are and basically like where you're coming from and why you chose to move to a big city.
Okay, well, hi everyone, I'm Lauren. And so originally from California, moved from California to Houston to New York, which is crazy, right? I don't know how I did that, but got the strength to do it somehow. And so been here for almost a year, right?
Big year. You don't become a New Yorker for 5 years, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make it 5 years. Listen, it's been real, okay?
No, I said that too. But I've still been here though. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so let's tell you. So like, tell us a little bit about your background and then like why you chose New York City out of like your next adventure. Why did you choose New York City?
So I mean, being a California girl, growing up in California my whole life, and then moving from San Diego to LA, which was like a big city. But I always came to New York all the time. I used to come to New York every year. Absolutely used to love New York. Everything about New York. I was like, what's the culture? The swag was on gazillion, right? So I was like,
100%.
yes. I just loved it. I loved the hustle and ambition. There's no place like New York.
No place like the concrete jungle.
Right. The jungle, right? And so opportunity opened up, and I'm really, really big on just when the opportunity comes, kind of just walking in it, right? And just like walking into your path and walking into your journey. So when that opportunity opened up, I was like, you know what? I'm single, no kids. Now's the time, right? Now's the time. So I just went for it, you know, kind of similar to what I did with Houston, which I was in Houston for 4 years, thought that was like the greatest move ever.
That used to be my stomping ground, y'all.
Yes, and I know you know about Houston. So, H-Town, there you go, what up? But yeah, I loved Houston. Houston's like my second home, but you know, it's one of those things just looking to kind of flourish within my career, and what better place to do it than New York, right? Like, New York is really one of those places where they say it takes your grind and your hustle to the next level. So I was just ready.
Yes. You can make it in New York City. You can make it anywhere. You can make it in Lagos, Nigeria, if you can make it in New York City.
Right. Right.
So I've been here since 2013.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I moved here with a suitcase and a dream.
Okay.
And literally, like, I never really told you guys my transition story, but I was one day doing this girl's hair named Doris, shout out to Doris, and we were basically just talking about how I always go to New York for modeling.
Yeah.
She was like, when are you actually gonna move out there? And I'm like, me, New York City, I don't even know anybody, what am I gonna do?
Right.
But then I was just like, you know what, let me just see if there's any opportunities out there. So one day I was on Twitter, you know, Twitter was still popping.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is popping, but like, you know, it was really
popping, right.
And this stylist basically posted that she was looking for a fashion assistant.
Okay.
I've never styled anybody in my whole life, but I was sewing at the time. Sewing women's clothing.
Okay.
And so I hit her up like, hey, I'm an experienced fashion stylist. She was like, you are? She's like, okay, send me your resume. I tweaked my resume a little bit, fake it till you make it, and sent her my resume, and she was like, okay, let's hop on a call, say what I had to say. She's like, be in New York City tomorrow at 8:30.
Oh wow, oh wow. Okay, so with my story, which is crazy, so you got till tomorrow. I guess I don't feel bad because I only had a month, right? I literally had to make a decision within a month. I came out here, did some interviews, grinded out, and literally they were like, okay, we want you to start next month. I was like, wait. I mean, I wasn't ready yet, right? So, but it's one of those things is, girl, you gotta stay ready at all times,
stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
You don't have to get ready. So I was just like, you know what? Bump it. I'm just gonna make it work. And so that's what I did within a month. And it's been crazy ever since.
When I first got to New York City, I hit up my cousin Kahinde, and I was just like, yo, I'm in New York City. And she was just like, for what? And I'm like, I got a job randomly on Twitter, and I got to start tomorrow. Can I come stay at your house? She lives in Brooklyn. She's like, okay, you know, my home is your home. So I moved into her house, and I was literally sleeping on her couch for like a good 3 months.
At least she had a couch.
Like,
I literally brought my car, I put it on a little trailer, I had a U-Haul, and I towed my car with the U-Haul, okay? Let me tell you, this from Houston
Wait, you drove from Houston to New York
I drove
City?
from Houston to New York. it was, I believe, 24 or 26 hours, something like that. Little old me, girl, driving on the freeway in this big old U-Haul.
With your car in the back?
With my car on the back. With my car on the back.
You had a tractor trailer.
I had a tractor trailer with my car.
Oh my goodness.
I was about to put those miles on my car. So listen, I had a plan, okay? So drove out here, popping out. It was so funny because literally during the whole drive, I was like popping in and out, getting gas, and like all these truckers were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, yes, I do this, okay? I move this trailer, okay? This is what I do. So 24 hours later, I made it here. I made it safely, no accidents, by the grace of God. Safe ride. And yeah, I was in a hotel, right?
Oh, really?
I was in a hotel for a month, y'all. A month.
You got some money.
Listen.
You got some money.
I do not, but I made it work. You know, it was one of those things where it was like, you know, I didn't realize how it's just so difficult out here. Like everything in New York is just difficult, right? And so you don't realize the intricate details of the difficultness, if that's a word, right? Of just everything that comes with New York. Getting an apartment is hard in New York.
Oh my gosh, girl. Can I tell you my After transitioning from Kehende's house for those 3 months, I was finally able to get a room off of Craigslist.
Oh wow.
Craigslist. Okay, let me tell you what I had to do because my job, the fashion stylist place, was in Secaucus, New Jersey. Now, mind you, I was waking up at 5:30 every morning from Brooklyn to get Secaucus, New Jersey by 8:30 in the morning every single day. That was commute. So I was like, okay, I gotta move to Jersey. But I knew that, like, you know, I was still transitioning and I had like all the money that I wanted to. It was really hard to get an apartment. It was asking for too much for a hole in the walls. So I went to Craigslist.
But wait, you gotta tell them about the background of getting an apartment. So too much in New York means they are asking for 2 years of bank statements, 6 months of, was it 2 years of bank statements?
They want pay stubs, they want your liver, they want your heart, they want your mama's income.
2 years of tax returns, I'm sorry. So 2 years of tax returns, 6 months bank statements, and
pay stubs. If you're not making 60% of the rent, then they want you to have a guarantor that's making 80%. It's crazy. And I was finally able to get a better job because that fashion stylist thing was just, and so I got a better job as a beauty manager at a pharmacy, and then that's when I was able to finally move to the Boogie Down Bronx. So that's where I am till today. My own 1-bedroom apartment with no rats.
Which is a big deal.
No roaches.
That's a big
no infestation.
Deal in New York.
Yes.
But I didn't realize that was such a big deal. People was like, you got your own spot? I was like, yes. It was like, you got amenities? I was like, hell yeah. Okay.
So everybody in New York City, let me tell you, let's keep it real with her. Everybody in New York City that lives in Manhattan, unless you're like, you have a very serious salary, then you have a roommate.
Yeah.
You have a roommate. I was like, you know what? I can go live in Manhattan with a roommate, or I can live on my own. It's gonna be a little far from the city, but it's in a very safe place. It's by the zoo, and I'm good, and I'm balling. You know what I'm saying? And we at Lauren's house. She ain't doing too bad. You know what I'm saying? She ain't doing too bad.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to God. Shout out to God. But But I mean, as you can see, I'm like on the outskirts though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like in the heart of the city, and that was a decision that I decided to make. It was like, do I move to Brooklyn in this little small 400 square feet, or do I commute a little bit further? So I decided to do the commute, and to me it's worth it. I ended up finding a brand new spot that was newly built with amenities. So
Jersey.
So for me it was like, okay, even though I'm transitioning, I still feel like I got some sense of home, right? So I'm not just transitioning to this new place, and just all of my luxuries taken away.
So for the people that's watching, what do you think is one of like the hardest lessons that you have learned thus far being here for a year?
Gosh, so New York teaches you about yourself. I've spent a lot of time with self, but it's just one of those places that will challenge you like on all levels, okay? All levels. It's gonna challenge you mentally, physically, getting on the train every goddamn day, you know. But it's just one of those things. I feel like I've just learned my strengths, you know what I mean? And I've also learned my weaknesses from just being here and just being challenged with just so many moving parts. And one thing about New York people, I love my New Yorkers, love y'all, but you know, you guys are just
love y'all.
Listen,
excuse me, honey.
Love
us.
Love y'all, okay? I'm growing to love some of these drivers that be honking at me every day. But anyway,
girl, that's a whole other story.
but it's one of those things where, you know, when you live in a place like this that's just so busy, you don't realize, you know, I guess really just the pressures that you guys have just every day. Yes. There's so many people, you know, getting jobs is competitive here. We'll talk about that later. You know, but it's just one of these places that like challenge you. So if this is not for the week, you know what I mean? Not for the week. So, you know, listen, you know, you ain't been through no things, this probably ain't for you.
Yeah. Basically, living in New York City has just taught me how to be a better person inside and out, how to just try my best to just thrive up in this city.
Be a beast.
And be a beast.
Okay.
I really feel like not only as a person that lives in New York City, but as a Black woman, like just striving for greatness, because we both came from other places to come here. I feel like you really just learn, like, one, like who you are as a person.
You do.
How strong you are, how much you can take.
How weak you are, where you need to strengthen yourself. I like to call it the areas of opportunities, right? So areas you need to improve, and the opportunities you can use to improve yourself. So yeah.
When I really say I want to do something or I want something, and I actually put like some attention behind it, I feel like it comes to me.
Right.
I feel like it comes to me naturally. Like I pray for a good apartment in a good area because I'm by myself, so I gotta be, you know, protected.
Right.
Got it. I pray for, you know, a good job. Got it. I prayed to be on TV one day. Came out here and got it. I'm praying for better friends. Got it. New York, just it tests your faith.
It does.
It tests your integrity. Your integrity.
It's so difficult out here, right? So it's one of those things where you have to choose your morals.
Yes.
Or do you struggle it out, right?
Yes.
And so, you know, I think, like you said, as being, you know, particularly a Black woman and, you know, someone, I mean, I think I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're cute. You're cute, girl.
You got the curls.
Don't you ever think otherwise?
But, you know. Yeah, but, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, do I choose to be out here? Like, you know, some of them would listen. Shout out to the women, get it how you get it, right? But that's just not what I do, okay? That's just not what I do. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'd rather have my integrity than anyone to ever, you know, what happens when I blow up? You know what I mean? Or, you know, when I level up in my career and in my life. And I don't want anyone.
They're going to try to find you. I know. They're going to try to find you. They didn't find nothing.
And no one is going to take away my joy or take any credit for what I got or what God led me to, right? And so it's one of those things where I choose to, you know, my integrity, right? My integrity, let's call it my integrity over, what should we call it? Integrity over...
Hoism.
Hoization. Okay? It's real out here.
It's real out here.
Stay woke.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So one thing I can say is that I feel like I'm stronger. It's been almost a year.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like you just got here during summertime.
I know, but that's because there's just been so much going on. So much going on in this small period of time. Opportunities are coming to me left and right. You know what I mean? My vision's clearer. My thought process is clearer. And I'm just realizing really just about myself. And I'm kind of just proud of myself, right? Like, aren't you just proud of when you look back at everything that you've accomplished over the past?
Let me tell you, this glow up is not a game, okay? People tell me all the time, like, when we see you, we see you're so successful, we're so proud of you. And I'm just like, I haven't even done everything I want to do yet. But I'm like, but when I try to think back, I'm like, you know what, Basana, you did come here with a suitcase and a dream. And now you have an apartment. You've been on television. You know great people. And I feel like God is really, truly like, and I'm in his favor. And I just want, like, even when you tell me like all the struggles that you deal with in New York City, I'm just like, I've been here for going on 5 years. Shout out to me for being able to live in New York City on my own without doing anything illegal. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're gonna do so. You're already doing great things.
Yeah, but it's all because, I mean, I don't take any credit for it, right? It's all have been praying, okay? Because this city has broke me down. Not to say I wasn't praying before, but I really feel like this city is one of those places, like I said, once again, it tests you on all levels. So it's also going to test your faith. And, you know, within faith, what they say, faith without works, and that also comes within prayer, right? So you have to pray, you know what I mean, in order and be steadfast in your word and things like that. And so I've done that, and because I've done that,
it's been a journey. Yeah, I've cried some tears up in New York City, you guys. It has not been an easy journey for me, but I know that with my determination and my persistency and my resilience, and with God on my side, like, I am going to do what's necessary. And like, even though New York is a really, really crazy place, it's a wonderful place to be.
It's a magical place.
You cannot, New York Fashion Week, you can meet celebrities any day of the week. You can like go out to so many wonderful places. They have so many different places in these 5 boroughs.
And the food here is amazing, y'all. I'm a foodie, okay?
My boyfriend is a foodie, and he takes me out to places. You know, they have some amazing places in New York
But one thing about New York too is that you can find, like you said, there's amazing places, but there's something for everyone, right? So unlike other cities, there's so much culture here. I mean, if you want to, you know, go down, you know, to the Bronx, you can go down to the Boogie Down Bronx. You can go to Harlem. You know, you have the city, you have Brooklyn, and every borough has just a different type of just magicalness to it, right? And there's just culture in every place. I've never been in a place or a city that had this much culture. You know what? Like,
New York is a challenge, but it's a challenge I feel like anybody who really wants to like step into their greatness needs, because like it tests you, it pushes you, it makes you like strive for greatness, and it's just like it's surrounding you. New York, greatness is surrounding us in New York City.
I honestly feel like if I would have stayed, shout out to Houston again, because I love Houston, right? Houston's like a second home.
It's hot, but it's cool.
Listen, it's a little humid. You know, we've been through some things, okay? We've been through some things.
Shout out to Houston.
But you know, it's one of those things where I feel like, you know, I was a little stagnant. So my thing is, how do you level up, right? When you don't step out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? When you're just continuing, I'm really big on being, you know, complacent, you know, and believing that, you know, life is not meant for mediocrity, right? We're meant to live a life that's, you know, full of joy and abundance. And how do we do that if we're only in our zone and we're never challenging ourselves, right? Because when you challenge yourself, that's when you activate your faith, right? And so I feel like if I would have stayed in Houston, I don't know if I would be where I'm at. I don't know if I'd be where I'm at right now.
There is no way if I would have stayed in Maryland, I would be first of all, I wouldn't have the mental state of mind that I have now. I wouldn't have the faith, because I converted from Islam to Christianity while living in New York City.
I remember.
And I'm proud of the faith that I have chosen. But like, and I know that if I do end up leaving this city one day, there is no way that I cannot say that New York shaped who I am. It's an amazing feeling. And I really feel like anyone out there who's really trying to think of transitioning to a big city, whether that be LA, New York City, even if you go out of the country and go to London or whatever, like, I really truly feel like being uncomfortable is what's basically going to like really just stretch your dimensions and really become the person that you're destined to be.
Right.
And I want to see what's going to happen.
I agree.
I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to happen with you.
Listen,
I want to see what's going to happen with you.
Big things popping. Okay, y'all will see my face real soon.
Okay. So what are some key takeaways that we can give the people that are watching that, you know, if they want to move to a city like New York, what do you think that they should know?
Preparation. You know what I mean? Just do your research before you move to any big city. When I say research, don't just Google and do all that. Actually travel to the city before you move to that city. Get your feel of the city, you know, get your feel of prices, you know, of, you know, apartments and, you know, homes, things like that. Interview if you can before you actually make that physical move. And stack your chips, you know what I'm saying? Because moving is not cheap, you know what I mean? So prepare yourself as much as possible, you know, before you make that big leap and that big transition.
And I would really advise that if you are going to move out here, look up brand ambassadors, brand ambassador companies, look up marketing companies like the Spirits companies that look for promotional modeling, men and women, and look for temp agencies, because they're always hiring people for like a day, a week, a year, depending on like what you want to commit to it. I will also say that try looking at nyc.gov. I've never been to a state's website like I've been to New York City state website.
Amazing.
Like it's like I've never been to Maryland.gov. nyc.gov has so much information, resources, small business advice, entrepreneurial advice, workshops. you know, media training, like whatever it is that you want to know about New York City, definitely check out NYC.gov. I got some free insurance looking at NYC.gov, okay? I got these eyes checked recently for the free. You know what I'm saying? My last advice would be to try your best to just get out there. So go to places like eventbrite.com or meetup.com and look for organizations that you can join, or that you can, like, if you are into sewing, if you're into food, if you're into, like, go look for those people in New York City and join
Meetup
those
is awesome.
Yes.
Meetup is awesome, especially, you know, like I said, it's really difficult to meet people out here. So Meetup, they have, like you said, they have events on an ongoing basis, free ones, because when you come out here, you need to go to as much free stuff as you can, so you can stack those chips, because it's real. And another thing too, just, you know, even with just like the money thing, you might come out here and yes, you might have a job, right? And this is within anything, but especially in New York, just because things do move so quickly. Make sure you have that job, and that's great. But like Tana said, just make sure you have stuff on the side, right? Because things move so quickly here, and because things shift so quickly, you just want to be prepared for anything that might come your way. So one stream of income, that's cool, but you know, if you want to be really comfortable, just make sure you get something that you can do on the side, so that you're not steady depending on one. So
like, I'm really blessed that New York City gives people the opportunity. So,
and because New York is so fast, one thing that I found out that is really common is that, you know, it's okay here, and unlike other cities, to move and, you know, be in a job for a year, 6 months, and move on to the next. Like, they don't judge you like other places because it moves so quickly. So, you know, but make sure you continue to put yourself out there. Even if you have something, make sure you continue to network, to let people know, you know, your ideal job, what you're looking for. And if you find something better, then you move on to that.
Moving on to But so we are going to be bringing you guys so many more videos, content. So please,
just the beginning.
Subscribe, thumbs up, and comment below for any videos or questions that you guys have. I definitely want you guys to just, you know, be in tune with us. Any question that you guys have,
we have some